if any of you are interested in the methods that different companies use for product testing or fabrics testing, this might be an interesting video for you. This is the boot testing lab at Gore, and you're going to see two different tests here. One is a centrifuge test, and the other one is a flex test. But they're both pretty cool, and I have to admit, these machines that they use are pretty neat to watch in operation, so hope you enjoy it.
These are Gore-Tex booties that are cut, sewn, and seam sealed from products that we make, the seam tape and the laminate. These are tested in the factory for waterproofness before the footwear continues along the production cycle. With a machine like this, where the booties are filled with air and then stuck in water. And very simply, you can see in this booty here that we've punched a couple of holes in it, and that's the kind of leakage that you're looking for in. And of course, in a production environment, they'd be testing these a lot faster than we're testing them here. But that's basically what they do. They test production lots of Gore-Tex booties for leakage to make sure.
Is that sampled or is it 100%?
Some factories do it 100%. Some factories do it less than 100%.
So make sure depending on the customer.
Yeah, it depends on how. It depends on the results that they've got. If they get really good results all the time, they can cut back on the level of testing. Okay, so but this is the kind of testing that's done in the factory for waterproofness. Now, there's a lot of steps in between making these booties and making a Gore-Tex boot. So we've got another test in the factory that I'll show you. This is another test that is used in the factories where Gore-Tex footwear is made. It's a centrifugal test developed and patented by Gore. And basically, you are testing the waterproofness, only instead of from the outside coming in, you're testing it from the inside going out. Because if there's a leak, the water doesn't care which way it goes. Right, Larry? That's right. You can't test every pair in production, but you can test enough of it so that you get statistically significant information on it. Whatever that is. Oh, stop looking at that. I'll get to it in a second. So this is the centrifuge test. Again, finished footwear. And what you'll see here is if one of these boots leaks, you start to see water spraying up against the inside here. And of course we have this specially rigged so that you can see that.
So this test here is not necessarily part of the stock qualification process. It's done basically as an audit or a way to test in the factory. What are the different steps in the stock qualification process? Is this one of the big
Actually, this is the first step. Because if it leaks here, there's a problem. And we know when we do other tests, it's going to leak. So now you can see the water here. And so what that means is one of these boots is starting to leak. And they'll do this for 15 minutes in the factory. It's just an accelerated leakage test. So it can be used in a production environment. If the footwear passed, you can just dump the water out of it and dry them off and put them in. It doesn't do any damage to the footwear. But if they find one that leaks, then what they have to do is figure out why it leaks. So you can see this one right here. This one's got a leak in it. Now, that doesn't mean the leak is right here because the water finds the path of least resistance. But this boot will get cut open to expose the Gore-Tex booty, and then you actually put it back on that machine and see where the leak was, and then figure out where it leaked, what step in the production process there was damage that was done that created that. But basically what we have here is our flex test, where we test for waterproofness and also, very importantly, for wicking. Because if an issue like this, if the threads or the fabric or any of these components wick moisture, and what will happen is that moisture will come up to the top of the Gore-Tex booty and it'll come up and over.
Right up and over.
Yeah, and you can have a perfectly intact and functional Gore-Tex bootie in a shoe like this and still get wet if these components on the outside wick. So this is an important part of testing each style, is doing a test like this where, this is for babies, of course, but this foot form is inside each of these shoes, and there are moisture sensors at various places. And so, let's hook this one up right here. Make believe that there's a boot hooked up to this.
Materials in the shoe or boot sucks water up and over if they get wet. That's the actual stuff.
All right, so now that shoe would come into contact with the water.
So people think about it.
If there is a failure, the shoe automatically comes up. It records the number of flexes, and it also records which ones of these moisture sensors go off. So now we can then take that shoe, cut it apart, and find out what the problem is.